So, I don't know if that was painful for you, but that was my first go around at trying to expose myself on this social media journey thing. So, anybody that really follows me on Facebook, that's really like the only platform I'm on. It's the only one I've been on since literally college. I guess I'm telling my age because I was from back in the MySpace days. From MySpace, we made the transition from MySpace to Facebook. And at the time when I was in college, only college students could be on Facebook. So that was kind of where I stopped, as far as Instagram and Twitter and I don't even know, TikTok, all that stuff. Slowly but surely, I'm going to make my way into those platforms. Um, but it's a learning curve. So the video you just seen is I mean, literally just showing you this is behind the scenes outtakes. That's essentially what this is. This is going through the process. This is going through the mentality of I guess you could say I'm essentially documenting the journey. I have not seen the level of success that I would like. So I have hired some coaches um, to help me out, to help better, push me forward along in this journey because I have been doing it for, let's see, since '09. Yeah, since '09. So that is as we speak, it's 2019, 2021, 22, 23, like 14 years. So for the past 14 years, been in and out of many different like entrepreneurial endeavors. I guess that's what you call them. Um, I've been involved in oh man, who knows how many MLMs. Uh, like even my first I didn't even know what got me hooked to it was I didn't even know it was MLM. Uh, those people that have you ever pulled up to the gas station and had the person to clean your headlights, and then you got that one headlight that's clean and the other one's still all foggy. It looks like it's blinking at you. That was my first introduction to MLM, and it just like I made almost like no money. Like I probably did it for a whole summer, so I did it for like 2 or 3 months, and I could probably count on one hand the number of sales I did. I like absolutely just terrified, absolutely terrified. Um, but what kept me coming back despite standing out there all day and not making money was the environment. Like that was the first time I had really been in an environment where you kind of get pumped up before you go to work. So you come into the office and as you hit the door, I mean you could hear the I think it was dubstep at the time. You could hear like the dubstep music playing in the background, and everybody standing around talking, having a good time. It's like they're getting pumped up and ready for the meeting or what the game plan was going to be, and who was going to be on what teams and who was going to tackle what areas, and everybody's all hyped. So that was my intro to it, and like I said, that was back in '09. And man, if I just you know maybe I could share this some other time. That would take too long. But anyway, the whole goal of this is getting into branding. Heard a lot about branding. Never really knew what it was until this most recent coach, and that's what I'm doing here. Like I normally, I'm a very quiet person for the most part until someone gets me talking about something I'm very interested in, like some hot. I just like to learn. That's essentially what it boils down to. I like to learn. And as a universal principle kind of thing, in the same way I like to learn, I like to teach also. So I just like to share whatever's been given with me. So that's what we're doing here. And I've had quite a few people come to me about the stock market. They've come to me about the stock market and real estate. Um, for real estate, for myself, I just found it to be a very, they call it, it's a people business. Invested a lot of money into, like coaching and programs and software and all that stuff. And had a few deals, but the amount of stress that came into it for doing those deals, um, the number of people that are involved to see it from the deep, see it all the way to the end, from the beginning to the time that you get your paycheck. Uh, there's just so there were so many variables. And when I started my business, it was October of 2019. So it was just a few months before the pandemic hit. So had I known, the pandemic was coming, I wouldn't have invested the sum of money that I did into that endeavor. But, it happened, made the best of it, and just realized that I wanted to go down a different avenue. Maybe some other day we can go into that as well. But this is essentially my backstory. Dealt with, I think I first got into Forex. Dealt in Forex. That was through an MLM company. The I think the software and the platform was awesome. However, for anybody that knows MLM, your upline or who you come under, depending on which organization it is within that company, can make a big difference as to whether you're successful or not because of the leadership or the discipline or the way that they go about conducting themselves or how they go about helping you to hit those bonuses to get you quick started. Well, when I got going in that, I think I was already on like my fifth or sixth MLM at that point. So I was pretty much interested in the compensation plan right off the bat. So I could see how I was going to structure it to, make the most out of the plan. However, my uplines that introduced me to the platform had no clue. Like this was their first MLM. So they didn't know anything about a compensation plan. They didn't know anything about structuring their people to hit bonuses. Like they were clueless about it. So long story short, the it was an awesome opportunity. However, we were just lacking in some areas. It was some areas we could have used some serious improvement. So left that, went on to deal with stocks. Did stocks for actually up until this year. Um, as you know, for 2022, the stock market was horrible. So I took a loss in the stock market just like anybody else that was doing a buy and hold. Well, unless you were in the energy sector. Um, but if you were in tech, which I was heavy tech, um, like Teslas, Nvidias. Um, anyways, tech was horrible. 2022 took a L, and but during that time when I got introduced to stocks, there was like a competition where we essentially day traded. The purpose of it wasn't to day trade, it was really just to teach us how to execute a trade, how to buy, how to put in an order, how to sell and fund an account. That's what it was intended for. But I got bit by the bug. So it kind of, even though I know that was a mentorship too, that particular coach, excuse me, didn't really want me to trade. He's more of a, he's a buy and hold coach. So he did what he knows, or he was teaching me what he knows, or I don't know. It was his program, so it was his show. But still, ever since that introduction to it, like I was hooked. So fast forward again, some time goes by. Um, I get into another group. Like it's, even with these mentorships and groups and things like that, I've been in many of those as well. Just always doing like looking for self-development, whether it's spiritual, mental, physical, not so much physical. Look at this. You see these wrists? Like, what is that? It's like skin and bone, man. I know skinny people can be unhealthy too, but I ain't trying to walk around like it's Halloween every day. So, I lost my train of thought. Squirrel syndrome. Oh, so this is where it starts. This is where we pick up here. So, got involved in stock options. Stock options to me is way, I don't know, like, I mean, you can do stocks, you can trade stocks, but if it moves $1, then you only make $1. But in options, if it moves $1, you can make way more than $1. So I like that component of it. Even in that category, as far as options goes, I went through 4 different courses, um, like 4 different people, like mentorships, programs, whatever you want to call it, before I found the one that uh, fit my style the most. And it's been, I mean, it was a learning curve initially, but just like anything, with practice and seeing the foundations, I've been able to be successful at it, and just wanted to be able to hopefully over time shorten that learning curve for other people also, because um what happens is through those 4 different courses, everyone has their own style. So I don't want to knock anybody's style, but I do believe that there are like core fundamentals to start with before adding all those fancy uh indicators and what is it, like the relative strength indicator and the stochastic and the Bollinger Bands, and uh there's just, what did I say? Oh yeah. There's just so many, like there are hundreds, thousands, people can create their own indicators. There's you can get lost down that rabbit hole, and there's something that needs to be learned before that. So that's the whole point of most of this. I just wanted to show the entrepreneur journey behind this whole branding thing. So bear with me, it will get better over time. This is the most quiet place in my home right now. Uh, so this is get used to the background. Um, like I said, this coach is awesome. This coach that I'm working with now is really pushing me. So in honor of that, I had this shirt made. Yeah, hope it doesn't blur it out. All right, blur it out. Let's see how we can do that. Look at that. No excuses. Be the change. That's what we going for here. So um this is just where it ends. This is where I'd like to pick up the legacy for my children, and this is just where I'm gonna have it documented. So, I guess this can live on forever in the internet universe or whatever. And as a result of it, I hope that since my intentions are pure, that it reaches somebody else out there and you can come along for the journey. No matter when you find this, I don't believe in arbitrary things. I believe everything has a reason behind it, no matter how small or minute it may appear to be. Is sometimes it's just things take more time for us to get more pieces of the puzzle before we can look back in hindsight and be like, that saying about hindsight being 2020. Uh, then we can look back and be like, oh, that's what that was about. So, yeah, this video's been long enough. This is just some behind the scenes of what that last video is about. as far as what the stock market is. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Just come along for this branding journey, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you take away something from it. That's the main purpose of doing this. Take something away for it and just document the process. Till next time.